What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out to everybody for being here. I truly do appreciate you guys. With that being said, let's start this $100 draft, guys. Guys, we have a lot of regulars here. We got some new people in here. We got a co-host as well. Shout out to Brady for being here, man. Let's get this show on the road, guys. Let me make sure Brady's all set here. Brady, my brother, you good?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
Life is amazing, guys. Let's get this show on the road. We got Moogie at the 1-1, Fallen 1-2, Hello World at the 1-3, Core at the 1-4, Pep 1-5, Easy, Big Rob, Lolly, Brady at the 1-9, Jason 1-10, Pickens, and Drifters here, guys. I am not drafting. We're going to be co-hosting with Brady there at the 1-9. Brady, man, tell me. I haven't talked to you in football, I think, ever. Who's your 1-1
Yeah,
this year?
man. Gibbs, easily.
Why? Is that because I convinced you to take him, or is it because you actually like him?
I love Gibbs, dude. I think Bijan's the best running back in the NFL, but I think the Lions' just offense is just a healthier offense and a stronger offense. Like when you actually have a quarterback who can move the ball, it opens up the running back room. And with the Falcons, they have no good quarterback, and that's just leaving them suffering in the passing game. But also, Gibbs doesn't have Monty there anymore, which makes it a lot more of his backfield.
I love your points, man. Those are the exact points I made when we drafted in April and May, and Bijan was going before Gibbs, and I'm like, guys, I know Bijan's the better running back. That's very true, but we got to look at the situation here. Not only that, man. Do you know how easy of a schedule the Lions have?
I don't. I haven't looked at strength of schedule too much.
Guess what? Guess where the Lions finished last year at the NFC North?
Oh, come on, dude.
Is it the Vikings?
No, no. Guess who? No, guess who finished? Guess what place Lions finished last place in the NFC North?
Like last year, what they got?
Yeah, like in the NFC in
They
the
got,
division,
didn't they get third?
they got last.
Oh my gosh, the Vikings beat them.
The Vikings beat them at the last game. It was the last. It was Week 18 game, and the Viking. It was to for third place, and the Vikings beat them. And with them beating them, it gave the Lions the easiest schedule in the NFL. If you see who they're playing against, they're playing against other conferences that finished, fourth place as well. So
Dude, that's crazy.
the lines are looking very nice. That's why I'm trying to get more of Laporta, not just Gibbs, but Amon-Ra, J-Mo, because of their strength of schedule. So I really do like what's going on in there. I do think they're going to be really, really nice. Let me know what you guys think about that as well, how you guys feel about that. But then Chase goes at the 1-3, bro. You took CeeDee Lamb there at the 1-9. Before we get to Lamb, I want you to tell me who your wide receiver one is this year, wide receiver 1, 2, and 3.
Wide receiver one's Chase, two is Puka, three is Amon-Ra. So actually,
Wow.
literally how this went out.
Wow, Amon-Ra over Jason, I respect it. And then 2-4 is coming up right now, bro. What's your strategy here? Do you like taking running backs in the second round, or do you like double dipping in wide receivers here?
I'm gonna take a Marion Hampton. I'm someone I like going. So I do a lot of best ball. And that kind of like skews my thinking when I'm doing redraft and like to think in like a best ball format. But I think it actually helps me out a lot. Like, I mean, you saw I won a lot of your leagues last year,
Yeah,
so
bro,
it's
you
like
did. I'm surprised you're not doing more.
I probably will now. I've been focusing on best ball a little bit, but yeah, I think starting running back heavy is smarter for this year because I think there's more depth at wide receiver than there is at running back.
I'm 100% with you. I like the middle round and late round wide receivers more than the running backs. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some stud running backs later on. Not stud, but running back one upside, like a Jonathan Brooks, like a Chris Rodriguez. But it's hard for me to get on that. JJ says I would have joined this if I had seen it. Oh, good, my brother. I had to give my spot. I didn't even know people wanted 100 today. So I was like, let's run it. If it works, it works, and people were joining. We had like 15 people, 16 people join up, thankfully. And we started this earlier than I thought. I was I was going for like 8:30. I mean, I was going for like 9:30 Eastern, but we started this at like 8:50, but minor difficulties. But with that being said, man, let's talk about the running backs after Gibbs and Bijan, okay? First, tell me, do you have McCaffrey or Jonathan Taylor? And do you have someone after that?
I like McCaffrey RB3. I think that's
Come on.
fair. I think you can mix Taylor and CMC in. Like I saw like an ESPN article the other day about CMC versus Taylor. And honestly, I think that CMC is obviously like the higher potential just because he's CMC and he always finishes as when he's healthy, he always finishes top three. But I think what hurts Taylor is the quarterback room because Daniel Jones is still coming off that Achilles. Kind of like similar to what we talked about with Gibbs.
I agree. I agree with you on that. Do you have JT after Christian McCaffrey, or do you have actually James Cook?
I I do know the strength of schedule for James Cook. It's actually really tough, especially in the fantasy playoffs. So I have Jonathan Taylor after CMC.
I got you. Jerry, I was sleepy. Yes, sir, my brother. We did have a
Come
little change
on.
of name due to the YouTube getting a little bit bigger, and I want to start doing TikTok. I always say this, but man, I'm trying to learn how to edit, guys. It is not as easy as people make it out to be. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. And probably in August I'll start posting more and more and more, but we'll see how that goes. And then Brock Bowers goes as a tight end one over Trey McBride. I let him repick there at the
Mm,
210. How do you feel about that?
I don't like that at all. Trey McBride, even with the bad quarterback room, is definitely the best tight end in the NFL. Um, I mean, Brock Bowers is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I just, with Kirk Cousins starting early, like maybe if Mendoza takes over and like is decent early on, Bowers could finish as the tight end one. I mean, I think Bowers still finishes tight end two or three if he stays healthy. But just like, I think last year there was like a statistic where it was like the tight end like 18 was close or was further away from McBride than like the wide receiver like something or there was some weird stat like that, but it was like it was really hard to beat Trey McBride over the course of the season if you had him.
Yeah, the statistic was the tight end two was closer to the tight end 12 than he was to the tight end one.
Yeah,
So,
that's yeah.
so
It's
I
just
mean,
crazy, man.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. And then Josh Allen goes there at the 3-3-2. Hello world. How do you feel about a quarterback going in the third round?
If it's anyone, it would be Josh Allen, but I think there's so much depth at the quarterback position nowadays. I think you can fill up on the skill players and get a like if you get like a Jared Goff, for instance, and you have um like stud receivers and running backs. I think unless Josh Allen drops like a 40 bomb week 17, which is very possible. That's why you draft him that early.
Yeah.
Um, I just think the risk is does not outweigh the reward in that regard.
I agree. I agree with you on that. I just think that quarterback depth is so deep this year, especially if you can get somebody like a Patrick Mahomes in the 12th round, so get it like somebody like a Trevor Lawrence in the 11th round. I just think there's a lot of
Yeah, I
players you
agree.
can get later on. But you did take Kyron Williams here at the 3-9. Tell me why you're a fan of Kyron Williams this year.
I I know Blake Corums started to come to his work last year, but I was reading a tweet the other day. It was like Rams have one of like the best O lines in the NFL. And I like betting on offensive lines that have talent. And then Kyron's been an RB1 the last several years. Even if Corum eats into a little bit of his work, I think there was just a teardrop after Kyron here at running back, and I don't want to get in the running back pigeonhole where it's like people just start taking running back after running back, and then I end up with like an RJ Harvey as my RB2 or something like that.
I don't blame you at all for that, my brother. And then we got T. Higgins, Igbuka, Neighbors at the 312, Devontae, Cam Scatterbo. You are coming back here. Ted McMillan's available, Garrett Wilson's available, Lad, Zay Flowers are also all available, but somebody like Bucky, Judkins, DeAndre Swift could also be here. Who are you targeting here in the fourth round usually?
Uh, I was leaning running back, but I think I'm gonna go Ted if he's there. Ted or Burden. Ooh,
Okay, there you
perfect.
go.
I'm
Ted
going
is right
Ted.
there at the 4-4.
Yeah, I
Zay
love Ted. I think Bryce Young's gonna step up this year too and play better.
Bryson. You mean
Bryce
Bryce?
Young.
Bryce Young. Oh, my bad. I
Bryce
thought you
Young.
said Bryson. I'm like, oh, who's that?
No.
Uh,
Bryce Young.
um, I I do like what the Panthers are cooking, man. Do you see the defensive additions they added to that team?
I didn't. I
Okay,
don't. I follow fantasy news to
that
be honest,
team
like
that team is
offensive
going to
players.
be a very, very good pick. They added a lot of good free agents to that team. I do
Good.
think that's going to
That's
be an
awesome.
underrated team. DeAndre Swift does go there at the 4-5. Let's talk about these running backs, right? After Derrick Henry, of course, I feel like the tear drops, right? Jeremiah Love, Josh Jacobs, Brees Hall, ETN, Javante, Kyron. Rate me. If you had to rate after Derrick Henry, how would you rate those running backs?
I would put. I think Jeremiah Love's closer to Derrick Henry than a lot of these guys after him. I mean, just based on the hype and like a rookie running back, like if he has like a Bijan level rookie year. Um, but I wouldn't put Josh Jacobs next. I just think with the off the field stuff that could be leading to a suspension and could end up like I obviously don't know the details of the full case or whatever, but like that's just always risky drafting a player like that with like the off the field stuff. But um talent wise, Josh Jacobs is good, but I in ranking them, I would put Jeremiah Love, Brees Hall, Javante, then Travis Etienne, and then Kyron.
Okay.
Actually, I took Kyron before them. Never mind. I would put Kyron before them.
You would put Kyron before Javante, Etienne, um, Jacobs.
I put him before those guys. I put Brees before. I'd go Jeremiah Love, Brees, Kyron, Javante, then Travis is how I would have it.
See, what makes you like Jeremiah Love and Brees this year?
I think Brees signed that contract. I think he has like something to prove, like proving that he's worthy of that contract. I think the Jets, they added a lot of offensive weapons this year through the draft. Like they added Omar Cooper, they added Sadiq, the tight end. Um, they added Geno Smith, who's definitely I don't know if he's really an upgrade. Who did they have last year? Was it Justin Fields? Um, I think so, right? It was Justin Fields, I believe. And then they
Yeah,
had, yeah, I would say Geno Smith's definitely an upgrade over Justin Fields in terms of passing.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, so I'm just hoping. I mean, I'm taking a lot of Garrett Wilson this year myself. I don't have him in this draft, but I've taken a
Okay,
lot of him across my drafts. I'm just hoping Geno summons whatever he can to have a good year because that Jets offense has so much potential on offense with talent.
I agree. I agree, my brother. All right, man. And then Terry McLaurin goes there at the 5-2. All right, let's talk about Loveland. Are you a big Loveland guy this year?
I am. I think I'm huge on the Bears offense. I think Rome is the one of the big three of their skill players that I want the least because I still think he's battling that foot injury. Um, but I love Burden and Loveland this year, and I think Caleb's gonna be an MVP. I don't think he'll win MVP, but I think he'll be in the running for MVP.
I respect that. I respect that. All right, and then Judkins goes at the 5-4. I think that's one of the best Judkins picks ever. I do like Bucky there at the 5-5 as well. Travion goes there at the 5-3. I don't know if I would take Travion over Judkins and Bucky Irving. JMO goes there at the 5-6. Too easy. Big Rob takes Tyler Warren. Big Rob's going to have a lot of issues in his running back room for sure. Lawley does need a running back here, and one of my favorite running backs is still on the board. I'm not sure if you're going to take him there at the 5-9. But if not, Lully can take this guy. I don't want to say any names here as well. But DJ Moore, Mike Evans is still available. Tyler Warren did get taken. So let's see what Lolly does.
If he doesn't take the running back that I have queued, I'm gonna take. Yep, he didn't. I'm gonna take Tony Pollard here.
Wow. Pollard over Price?
Yeah, I just Price is like good early season, but when Sharp comes back, that's gonna be a split backfield. I think
What has
Pollard has the whole thing
Sharp
to
what has
himself.
Sharp done in his career to have that be a split
When
backfield?
I mean, he held Ken Walker from having a full workload his whole career.
Sharp?
Yeah, when Ken and Sharp split touches the whole time together
When? Where?
last year. I mean, Ken's never really finishes our RB1. Ken
Ken was
only
a
got
running
that
back
kind.
one in the playoffs
Yeah, playoffs.
because Zach
That's why I got that
Charbonnet
fat
got hurt.
contract. Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
So I feel
One
like,
sec.
I mean, in the playoffs when Kenneth Walker did get the opportunities after Sharp was hurt, I mean, he was a workhorse. I feel like they just didn't want to overrun him because it was a running back offense. I mean, run first offense
That,
for the
that that
Seahawks.
could be true, and he was also a little injury
That
prone, so that could
that
also
is,
be true.
they don't want to. But that's what I saw. But man, Cardinal Tate falling to you at the 6'4", what a phenomenal pick there for you. How do you feel about that?
Dude, Carnell Tate's my favorite rookie receiver. I mean, he was the first drafted, obviously. Um, I think he's going to be Cam Ward's wide receiver one, like off the rip. I think Wandale will get some touches, obviously, but I think Tate's going to be really good for a rookie receiver.
I respect it. I respect it, my brother. Let's see what Big Rob does here at the 6'6". He goes with Jadarian Price. That's amazing what he just did there, taking Price there at the 6'6". I really do like that. Um, Moogie says his point is hella valid, and what I've been saying, they love a committee to keep the boys healthy. So yeah, Moogie's agreeing with you on Price. I just think the value, he's a first round draft pick. If this was an Amarian Hampton getting drafted, guys, I mean, this is like, look, when did CEH get Jonathan Taylor, right? Got drafted, and they had a running back on that team as well. CEH, I mean, he has a first round capital. When's the
Dude,
last time first round capital running back failed?
dude,
You
that's
know?
crazy when the Chiefs took CEH over Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, yeah, that was dude. A lot of my one-on-one and rookie picks. Let me tell you, did not go well in Dynasty. But all right, let's talk about some of these quarterbacks, man. What would be your quarterback ranking this year?
One easily Josh Allen, two Lamar, three Jaden Daniels, four May. That's just off the top of my head. Who else? Five. Let me look at the quarterbacks. Five. I do like Burrow. If Burrow can stay healthy, easily Burrow. Six. I like Hurts. I don't think Hurts is that like great of like a real life quarterback, but he just gets so many rushing touchdowns.
I
Um,
agree. I agree with you.
so I did like six. How deep do you want me to go?
No, that was really good. How do you feel, personally? Like, could there be a quarterback that surprises you,
Let me
like a
think. I
sleeper
think Purdy.
quarterback?
I mean, I don't know if Purdy's a sleeper, but I think Purdy's my dark horse to win MVP. Actually,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, I think that. I mean, this is like in a vacuum, assuming everything goes well. Like Mike Evans
Yeah,
doesn't
I
get
mean, if
hurt,
they're
which is
like,
a
if Purdy's healthy, he'll do his thing. The problem is that
yeah,
Purdy hasn't been too healthy in a while. You know what I mean?
yeah, and then Evans like is a walk-in injury with his hamstrings too. So like you never know.
I agree. I'm 100% on you with that. DK goes at the 7-4. Michael Wilson goes at the 7-5. After Loveland and Tyler Warren, rate me your tight end rankings. Do you have Tucker Kraft after them, or do you have Harold Fannin, Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta?
I've been fading Kraft because the ACL scares me. I think talent-wise he's amazing, but I would go. You said after Warren, I would go
Yeah,
Laporta. Then I would go
I mean, he's right here. Okay,
Pitts and then
who would you take here at the
Kraft.
7-9?
Give me a second. I gotta look at my team.
You're
I got
set,
some
bro. You're
running back.
very balanced here.
Should I go tight end? No, actually, I'm gonna go Drake May, third
Drake May at the
quarterback.
7-9. I don't blame you. People do have Drake May as a quarterback too in a lot of rankings. Some people have Lamar Jackson as a quarterback too. It just depends on who you really believe in. But
Yeah, I think I ranked him as my third quarterback just a second ago.
yeah, I don't blame you at all for that. And then
Cause I,
J.K. Dobbins goes
yeah.
at the 7-10. Jaden Daniels at the 7-11.
Oh
No
no, I have
way.
Daniels as my three, May as my four, but
Yeah,
still.
DJ says Kraft should be ahead of all of them. If Kraft is
I mean,
healthy, let's just say Kraft's healthy week 1. Do you have him above Pitts, Laporta, Harold Fannin?
not a before Fannin healthy, but Fannon's also hurt right now. Um, but before Laporta, yes, not before Pitts. Pitts was too. I know he had that 50-point bomb at the end of the year that kind of inflated his
Yep.
score, but still, he had an amazing year. Give me a sec. Gotta look at this. I'll go Fannin. Why not? I'm touting him. I'll take him.
There you go. Man, I think Fan in there at the 8-4 is perfect. I really like how you drafted here. You took some
In
safe
my
players with Lamb and some upside safe with Ted McFlynn, and then you took a lot of upside with Carnell Tate. The only pick I have a little problem
yeah,
is with Tony
Pollard over
Pollard,
Price.
and not just price. I don't know. I would even take Chuba there over Price. Chuba fell to the 7-2 surprisingly. I don't know how that happened. I never seen Chuba there in the 7th round. It's I do like the situation for Pollard, and I really do like, um, you know, I like him, but just I don't know if I would take if I would take an older running back over a younger running back personally. But
That's fair. I think Brooks scares me with the Panthers with Juba.
uh, two ACLs, yeah. But hey, Rico goes there at
I
the
know.
eight
I mean,
nine there as well. Wow, what a fall for
that's a
Rico.
good
I didn't
that's a
see,
good pick.
yeah, I didn't see Rico falling there at the 8-9 whatsoever. All right, bro. Now we're looking at some of the teams, right? Rank me these wide receivers: Terry McLaurin, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans.
I do Adams 1, McLaurin 2. Um, who's the third guy you said? Sorry.
Mike Evans.
Oh, Evans 3. Yeah,
Wow. Okay. What about if you add DJ Moore to that mix?
I would put DJ Moore last.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
little crazy. I have Evans as 1 actually. I just think Evans with Purdy is gonna go crazy. They don't really have anybody else to throw to. Then I have Devontae with Scary Terry. I just feel like they're gonna sign Stephon Diggs or Debo again or somebody.
Oh, maybe.
So that just
Uh,
that scares me just a little bit.
yeah, I mean, I was ranking it based on like the current situations. Like the Commanders
Yeah,
have
yeah.
absolutely no one
Yeah, if
else that
Commanders,
they're
yeah,
throwing to.
if Commanders don't sign anybody, Scary Terry, I can see as a very good price tag there in the 5th round. I really do like that. All right, bro. We're getting into these later picks, right? I don't want anybody taking, some of your sleepers here, but in these late picks, who would you like? Who are you targeting mostly?
I have been getting a lot of Wandale, but I might fade that because I have Tate. Let me look at some of the receivers. I like Jawan Jennings a lot, actually. I think if
Wow.
Kyler, that's Kyler's job at this point. Like, I don't know. People are so low on Kyler, but like he's had some really good fantasy seasons. Um, and I mean, Jawan Jennings, like, he's not going to give you like 20 points every week, but he'll drop. I mean, it's probably a better pick in best ball, to be honest. You can probably tell from my best ball brain. But, ooh, actually, I didn't even see he was available. I might go Jaden Reed here. I did not know he was still
I
on the
do,
board.
I
It's
do,
kind of
I am a fan
crazy.
of Jaden Reed as well. Some of these late round picks, I like Jaden Reed. I like Josh Downs. I like Matthew Golden here in the later rounds. My biggest sleeper is going to be Troy Franklin. He was
Mm,
competing really, really well. He finished as wide receiver 31, but he missed a game last year as well in the last pick. But he was doing really well for a waiver wire pickup. He was competing with Cortland Sutton halfway through the season. They had the same exact numbers, and then Sutton kind of went ahead and became that wide receiver 1. But Jaden Reed does go there at the 8-9. Aaron Jones at the 9-8. Let's talk about some of these running back twos, right? Kyle Monangai, Rashad White, Rico Dowdle, Blake Corum, Harvey, Kenny Gainwell going there at the 6-7. These running back twos, who is your top running back two here?
Out of those guys, I would put Rico Dowdle 1. I would put Munungai 2. Well, did you include Quorum in that? Sorry, I didn't hear if you said Quorum.
Um, I did say Corum, correct.
Okay, my bad. So I would put Quorum. Let me restart. Rico Dowdle 1, Quorum 2, Munungai 3, Rashad White 4. Out of those guys there,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. All
I
right, bro.
chose Tyrone Tracy here.
Tell me why.
Because I think Scat's gonna start their season hurt, so it gets me a good RB. What is it, my RB4 as the RB1 on his team early on, and then if Scat doesn't stay healthy, because he's kind of a dangerous runner. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you, man. Tell me about JCM and Rashad White. Rashad White goes 2 rounds earlier than JCM. I think that's a little. I still think we should put some respect on JCM's name. What do you feel like?
I have a soft spot for JCM. He in the fantasy playoffs last year. He I think it was like week 15. He like had like a monster game against the Cowboys or some team. But so I like Ja'Cory a lot. I think White's gonna because with Jaden Daniels' style of play, I think White's gonna get a lot of passes out of the backfield. But I think they're good. I think Dan Quinn said that he's gonna intermix a lot of those running backs. They have another guy too, Kayvon Allen, I think. Is that his name? Um,
I have no idea. I
or
haven't even heard of him.
I I think it's Allen. Let me look. Uh, yes, or Katron Allen. My
Oh yeah,
apologies. I said his
Katron.
name
Yeah,
wrong.
he was a was he a fifth round pick? I think he was
Something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I
Could
think
be
he'll get
Chase
a mix.
Brown. Could be Chase Brown there. Chase Brown was a
Chase
fifth round
Brown.
pick. Chase Brown was a fifth round pick.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying those Bengals were going to trade him. I was like,
No,
what?
no, 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 no.
Gotcha. I was like, that'd be awesome for the Commanders, but bad for the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, go ahead. So, how do you feel about that?
I think that I think that the backfield is going to be mostly run heavy with Ja'Cory, and then I think the change of pace back is going to be Rashad White. But I think based on the high tempo offense that Jaden Daniels runs, I think White's going to be the biggest beneficiary of that.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all with you. I do have White as well. I know some people have JCM above White in their rankings, but I do have White there. Talk to me about these running back. I mean, these late round tight ends, right? After Harold Fannin, we have Jake Ferguson, Isaiah Likely, and then Travis Kelsey, Kittle, Godson, Kincaid. Who would you pick after Harold Fannin if you didn't have a tight end there?
Let me look. I think Kelsey would be my next pick after all those guys. I think I would go Kelsey, then Jake, then Andrews. Is Andrews got taken after all these guys? That's crazy.
That's
Gatson
yeah,
going before Andrews is wild, given that Njoku's there now.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you on that as well.
I gotta get a running back here. Let's see who's there. Ooh, I know how I'm gonna pick if he's there.
I don't know, man. Patty Mahomes, like, look at this, guys. Patrick Mahomes is still available here in the late 11th round. Why take a Josh Allen there? Why take a Lamar Jackson there in the fifth round, in the third round, when you can get a Patrick Mahomes who could finish as a top three quarterback? Can he not, Brady?
He definitely could. The reports are saying he's gonna be there week 1, which is
Correct.
crazy quick recovery, but that's good for him. I mean,
Correct.
Mahomes healthy, even if he doesn't have his full mobility, he still has one of the best arms in the NFL. I think we just convinced that guy, or he
Yeah.
auto
I
drafted
mean,
him actually.
I can't undo after round 10, but that is an amazing pick.
Oh, he has Lamar already
Yeah.
though, so I don't know
Don't
if
forget
that's
to
really worth
get off
it.
auto. Yeah, I love
Ooh,
Mahomes
Purdy,
there. He is on auto right now, so get off auto. Why'd you
Purdy
take
still being
Woody?
on the.
Why'd you take Woody Marks over Jordan Mason?
I just if Aaron Jones is healthy, which is a big if, I think that he is gonna. I think Aaron Jones produces more than Jordan Mason, but this you always draft on the idea that you're gonna be right, and right in the sense of like you assume health, right? So I'm not gonna assume Aaron Jones is gonna be hurt. So I think Jordan Mason's not gonna do as much as Woody Marks because I think Woody Marks is gonna be the change of pace back.
Yeah, I don't blame you there at all for thinking that. You went with Cole Shakir here. Talk to me about him as well.
I mean, he's not a wide receiver one. I mean, he's not even the wide receiver one on his own team anymore. DJ Moore now there, but he's a pretty stable PPR guy. Like, because my receivers are pretty stacked. I would say my top four. I want to say stacked. My top two are stacked, but I have pretty good receivers on my team, and I think for the occasional flex, I think Shakir does fine with as a PPR merchant.
All right, you ready for the reviews, my brother?
Definitely, man.
All right, let's do it, man. I know people are tired of hearing my review, so I'm gonna let you actually go ahead and review their teams. Give me your rating, and then we'll go from there. I know Core always wants to review here, so go ahead and take care of Core's team here at the 1-4 if you can.
1-4. Let me go to his team. Is that the Bills guy?
Yep.
Yeah. So he's got Dak. I think Dak's a dark horse for MVP too. Got two great running backs, strong receivers. I mean, Parker Washington, I think he could be the wide receiver one on the Jags. I really like this guy's team. Yeah, I think it's really strong. I would give it a 7 out of 10, honestly. I think it's really strong. I think great tight end, late tight end with Mark Andrews. I don't see any weakness in his starting lineup. I think he has a really strong team. And then he has DK coming off the bench, which is crazy for receiver depth. I think his team's really good.
Yeah, 1 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I respect it, my brother. Shout out to Core for being here. Let's go ahead and take care of Moogie's team there at the 1-1. Let me know how you like it.
All right, let me pull it up. So he's got T-Law, he's got Gibbs. I'm just gonna base it on talent, like pretending the off the field stuff's not there. Josh Jacobs is amazing. Devontae, I don't like QJ as his wide receiver too. I think that's pretty weak. Um, Colson Loveland's great. Brees Hall is great. I think his receiver core is pretty lacking, but he has great running backs. I'd give his team a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, I don't blame you. I do think his biggest weakness is his wide receivers for sure.
Yeah.
Pep does want a review as well. Go ahead and take him. He's at the 1-5 with Puka Nakua.
Pep. Jackson Dart, I think he could either be a fantasy sleeper, not sleeper, like fantasy like dark horse to do really good, or he can like get hurt because he runs kind of how Josh Allen used to run early in his career, not super safely. Um, Running backs, I don't like Tootin that much. I'm a big Chris Rodriguez guy. So I think that's gonna be a split backfield. So I don't feel safe with that as my RB2. Puka's amazing. Rasheed Rice, assuming he stays on the field and is healthy, is going to do amazing. And 1 sec, I'll finish rating that team in a second. I'm about to pick. I just
You're
want to make
all
sure I
good.
got that
Who
lined up.
are you thinking of taking a quarterback and a tight end, backup quarterback and tight end here, or are you staying off?
No, when I get an elite quarterback and a pretty good tight end, I usually don't take backups in
Yep,
redraft because let me figure out what I want to do
I agree.
here.
I agree with that.
I have 1, 2, 3. I'm good at running back. I got 5. So I'm gonna take a receiver here. I think I'm gonna go Mar or Cooper.
I don't blame
Yeah,
you.
there we go.
Omar Cooper. Yeah, wide receiver 2 there. I really don't mind that at all. Talk to me about Denzel Boston and Omar Cooper, right? Who do you like more?
I like I think talent wise I like Boston more, but I think situation wise I like Cooper more because the Browns don't have a quarterback. I mean, you could argue the Jets don't either, but I would take Geno Smith over Shadur Sanders or Deshaun Watson at this point. Um, but the Browns also took 2 first round or what Boston was an early second round, wasn't he actually?
Yep. KC was a
Um,
first round pick, but that
yeah,
that wide
Casey
receiver
was
room
first.
is crowded. Cedric Tillman is there. Isaiah Bond is
Yeah.
still there. People are forgetting about him. Jerry Judy's still there. Harold Fannin is still there. And who is even throwing to them? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just a complicated situation. I do like Omar Cooper as well. Wide receiver 2. I don't think there's a clear wide receiver 2 there besides him, to be honest. So it is his for the taking, right?
I'll take it for the vibes because you said his name.
Yep. Hey, I don't blame you there. I like Troy Franklin. I think he's getting disrespected here. His age is phenomenal. He has chemistry with Bo Nix as well in college as well. They both played in Oregon, so I do like that.
Yeah, Oregon.
All right, Pistol Pep's team with Puka Nakua. Go ahead and take care of his finish
Yeah,
his
let
team
me go
if you
back to his
can,
team.
and then rating
So
1 out of 10.
decent quarterback, running backs pretty weak. I'm not a big Bucky guy. I think he's talented, but like the injury scares me with his shoulder. Um, Receivers again, Puka top 3 receiver, Rice if he stays on the field top 10 receiver. Tight end, I don't like Gadsden. I think behind or with Njoku there, I don't think he's as clear of a tight end one for his team. I'm gonna give this team a 6 out of 10.
Okay, I don't blame you at all for that. Does anybody else want to review, guys? I think even though Bucky, I'm not the biggest fan of him at the 5-5. I haven't seen that happen yet. I think that's a phenomenal spot for him. I usually see him getting drafted in the 4th round a lot. But with that being said, man, Tuden at the 4.9 does scare me for sure. All right,
Yeah.
let's see if anybody review me. Easy wants to review. Easy and Lolly wants to review. So go ahead and take care of Easy Seam there at the
Hit me
1.6,
up.
and then let me know.
Let's do it. Let me go. Green Bay guy, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
easy. Ooh, I actually like his team quite a bit. Um, I like Jared Goff. I mean, he's the quarterback that I mentioned at the beginning of this draft as being a safe. I mean, he's been consistently a QB1 like in fantasy football, so
Yeah.
can't go wrong with that. He has the best weapons in the NFL. Taylor, elite running back one. Monty scares me a bit as his RB2 just because I think the Texans have a really bad offensive line. But one on that team, so he'll get the volume. So I
Yeah.
think he'll finish closer on the RB2, RB3 like fantasy line than being an RB2. Receivers are really strong. I think AJ Brown's going to be super good with Drake May. I think Drake May is much better than Jalen Hurts, and I think that's gonna. I know AJ Brown's getting older, but I think that still is going to play into him having an elite season. JMO, I think JMO finishes like as a top 15 receiver again or top 20 receiver again, but he's not consistent that you want in redraft. He's a better best ball pick because he can explode for 40 points one game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um Trey McBride, obviously best tight end in the NFL. Love that pick. Uh Kenneth Gainwell is his flex, not super big fan of. I would put Wandale that he drafted over him as the flex. I'll give him a 6.3. And I'm just doing that because it's a little higher than the six I gave earlier, but it's not as good as the 6.5 I gave to the other guy.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all for that. And now let's take care of Lolly's team there at the 1.8, and then Jason wants to review as well.
All right, bet. Let me finish my last pick and then I'll
Go
go
ahead.
into reviewing these guys.
Who you do you usually like targeting here as one of your last picks?
Let me look. Oh, I'm on the board. I should get another receiver. Let me see. There's Judy and there's Trey Harris. Actually, let me see if my guy's still there. Vele? He is. I love Vele's my favorite. I've been taking him so much because Jordan Tyson's already hurt and he was injured all through college. And Olave is there, obviously as the wide receiver one. But if Jordan Tyson's hurt, Vele is the wide receiver two, arguably. And I think Show or Tyler Shook is gonna give Vele a lot of touches. So I don't know if Vele will stay on my team throughout the whole year, but I just like taking him for the vibes because I've taken him a lot in best ball.
I don't blame you at all for that, especially with
Come
Tyson's
on.
injury, man. That should be a very sneaky upside pick there for sure. All right, let's take care of Lolly's team. I think,
All right, bet.
yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
do it. Lolly. Let me see where he. Lolly, LOL. Perfect.
Yep.
So he's got Lamar. He's got his receivers are nasty, like the capital N. Like his team is so good with the receivers.
Agreed.
Um, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Justin Jefferson, two top five receivers. Chris Olave, another top 10 receiver. Tyson, we kind of already talked about him there a little bit. He's not the. I don't. I'm kind of fading Tyson just because of his injury scare. Um, And then running or quarterback, he's got Lamar Pitts. He's got a top five, top eight tight end in Pitts. So his team's good everywhere but running back. That's why I saved it for last. DeAndre Swift, he's not bad. He let me see. I think he finished as an RB2 last year. He was a top and RB2. He finished 15. RJ Harvey, I'm not really touching that much because that backfield's pretty full, and Sean Payton doesn't usually trust one running back. Um, yeah, I'll give this team a 6.5 as well, just because it's so star-studded across the overall, but the running backs are really lacking, I would say.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not sure why we're taking RJ Harvey over Rico Dottle. I don't think there's any
Oh,
situation at
yeah,
all
I
why
agree. I agree.
we're taking Harvey there over Rico Dottle. Now I understand Harvey fell to the eighth round, but Rico shouldn't have fallen to the eighth round at all. Rico has a better chance to be the running back one there than Harvey will ever, especially with them drafting that third round running back who I forgot his name, but if they drafted a running back in the third round, that means they don't trust Harvey to have the full workhorse. A third round running back is not what's the word? It's not just a random running back. It's the second and third round running backs is usually where people get drafted. The running backs get drafted, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I love Harvey there. But shout out to you, Lolly. I appreciate you for being here. Last but not least, go ahead and take care of Jason, unless somebody else wants to review as well.
Let's see, Jason. Jason. He's right there. All right. So interesting. I actually really like Jason's team from first glance. Bo Nix, I love Bo Nix. Um, for fantasy, I think he's literally finished seven the last 2 years. Let me double check. Yeah, he's literally finished
Yep,
seventh quarterback the last 2 years. Again, but his injury scares me a little, his ankle stuff. But
me
if he
too.
can be healthy fully, he's top 10 quarterback in fantasy like every year he's played in the NFL. So that you can't go wrong with that. Running backs, I absolutely love. I think Saquon, even though he's getting older, the Eagles have still a top offensive line. And it's Saquon Barkley. He's generational talent. Chase Brown, I'm super high on Chase Brown this year. I think he can finish as a top five running back. Like the end of his season last year was absolutely he went nuclear once Joe Burrow came back from
I'm
injury.
I agree with you
Um,
as well.
Amika, I think Amika can finish as a top 12 receiver, making him a wide receiver one. I think he's better than Godwin at this point, so I think he's going to be Baker's number one target. And with no Mike Evans there anymore, I mean, Amika went absolutely insane at the beginning of the season last year. He kind of slowed down when some of the other receivers got healthy, like Jalen and Godwin. But um, I think he will have good rapport with Baker. And then Zay, I think Zay finished as a wide receiver one last year. I believe. I think he was 12. No, he was seven actually. Never mind. He finished higher than I thought. So Zay finished as a wide receiver one. If Lamar's healthy, then easily could do it again. Kelsey depends on Mahomes' health, but Mahomes healthy sounds like going into week one. I think without the mobility, I think it actually helps Kelsey more. Like with Mahomes being not as mobile, because then Kelsey could act as a safety blanket. Um, we talked about Evans and DJ Moore. I'm a little lower on DJ Moore, but he also has a couple other receivers. He has Sutton, who could be flex too, but Evans is great. This is probably the second best team I've ranked so far. I think the guy with the Bills logo was the best team so far. I don't remember which one that was. It was Kober
Corbergeon.
John.
Yep,
Yeah,
Corbergeon.
that's my. So I'll give this team a 6.8, just because I gave seven to the best team so far. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that as well, man. I think even getting J.K. Dobbins there at the 7-10 with Jonathan Brooks has so much upside there as long as Dobbins stays healthy. That's a high healthy risk. But Easy, who took Gainwell again? Let me take a look real quick at the sixth round. Easy did take Gainwell. Easy says Gainwell is a risk for sure, but if he ends up winning that workload, it could pay off big. I just don't. I don't think Bucky's going to be like, here you go. And people are forgetting about Sean Tucker. Do you understand? I don't know if you remember Brady what Sean Tucker did last year as a running back one.
oh, he got so many running or so many like rushing touchdowns.
Bro, oh my God, guys, we thought we saw the second upbringing of Derrick Henry or something, man. He was going nuclear with the Buccaneers, and I don't think Sean Tucker is just going to be like, yeah, Kenny, go ahead and do your thing. No, I think it's going to be a committee of some sort. Even if Bucky doesn't play, Sean Tucker is going to have value there. And then Truly says Bo Nix in the 14th round. What the hell? Yeah, Bo Nix in the 14th round was a
Yeah,
phenomenal
that's
pick.
pretty
I'm
crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised he lasted that long. Jared Goff goes there at the 12-7. I'm not sure what we're thinking there. And then Kyler Murray gets back at the 15th round, which is a solid upside pick as well. Last but not least, Fallen Angels does want to review as well. They're at the 1-2. Go ahead and take care of his team
All
if you
right,
can.
let's do it. Dang, his starting lineup's pretty good. I'll start quarterback Herbert. Regular season, he's a stud. Playoffs, which doesn't matter for fantasy. We all know that story. But we're talking about fantasy, so regular season. Herbert, he finished 10 last year. He's been injured the last couple seasons though. He missed one game last year, it looks like, but if he stays healthy, like in 2021, which is a while ago, he finished top two. He has the talent to finish top 10 any season. It's just staying healthy, and he can do it, right? Bijan, does that really even need to be said? It's Bijan Robinson, top two running back, top one if you're talking about talent. Jeremiah Love, I'm huge on. I've drafted a lot of him in best ball. I'm not super big on the Cardinals necessarily, but I'm betting on the talent. And I think Jeremiah Love finishes as a either mid to late RB1. George Pickens, wide receiver one from last year. He's not the best receiver on his team. I actually took Lamb, who I think is the best receiver on the Cowboys, but Pickens and Dak have a good rapport. I think he could finish the wide receiver one again. McConkey with that. I love that Herbert stack with McConkey. Juwan Johnson, I think he's a sleeper tight end. I think he can finish as a tight end one. I mean, I think he did last year, actually, didn't he? Let's see. Yeah, he was top 10.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Terry McLaurin, I already talked about him. I think if Jaden stays healthy, I think he could be a stud. The only really downside of this team is his flex is pretty weak. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson had a monster end of year, but I think Travion Henderson's going to end up taking over that backfield. So if Fallon can figure out a flex through trades, or maybe Chuba ends up being the RB1, I think this team's really good. I'll give this team like a 6.7 because I think it's in that range of the top three teams that I've ranked, but I still like the other two teams a little more.
I agree with you, man. I just don't understand the Ramondre pick at the 6'11". Why would we take Ramondre when Jalen Warren at the 6'11" is available? And I
Oh,
don't
that's
even like
crazy.
I
Yeah.
don't even like Jalen Warren that much. I think Rico's going to be the backfield, but Jalen Warren's a consistent early 6th round pick, mid 6th round pick, late 6th round. I don't see that often, and I really don't see him going in the 7th round. Jalen Warren has a chance to be the running back one there. Fallen, Ramondre has zero chance of being the running back one there, so why would we take him? I do think you kind of redeem yourself with Chuba Hubbard there, but I really don't like the Ramondre Stevenson pick there. Justin
Yeah.
Herbert there at the 8-11, I see the upside, but then Jordan Addison there at the 9-2 over Wandale Robinson, who is a clear wide receiver 2, over Jaden Reed, who has a chance to be the wide receiver 1 once Watson goes down. And it's not about if Watson goes down, it's about when Watson
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So it's you could have unfortunately did so many different things in this draft that would have helped you out, Fallen. But I do appreciate you for being here, guys. Shout out to Moogie, Fallen, Hello, Corbajan, Pep, Easy, Big Rob, Lolly, Brady, Jason, Pickens, and Drifters for all being here. Brady, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this, bro.
Yeah, this was fun, man. Let's do it again sometime.
You know you're always welcome, bro. I have never done a co-host. Whenever we have someone here talking with me football, people love it. I love it. We reach 20 people watching. I appreciate you for being here, brother. And I hope if I don't see you in the next draft, I hope I see you again, and I hope you co-host with us again, broski.
Sounds good, bro. You have a good night, man.
You have a great night, my brother. Bye. All right, guys. With that being said, man, shout out to everybody for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a phenomenal